So you have this scene, right? The religious elite, the scribes and Pharisees, they come to Jesus and they want proof. They demand a sign.
And he gives them a puzzle.
Yeah, and a pretty aggressive one at that. I mean, he calls them evil and adulterous, talks about a prophet swallowed by a fish, and then tells this strange story about a haunted house.
It is aggressive, but it's all connected. And I think that's our mission for this deep dive, to connect those dots. Why refuse the sign, and how do Jonah, the empty house, and this new definition of family all build a single, cohesive argument?
Okay, so let's start with the context. The demand for a sign. It just feels so absurd when you look at the notes. I mean, scholars have counted something like, 35 miracles by this point.
Right, at least.
And these aren't just little tricks. We're talking about calming storms, casting out demons, healing people. If you've seen all that, why on earth do you need another sign?
Because they didn't really want evidence. They wanted control. They wanted a sign on their terms, some kind of, big spectacle from the heavens.
A light.
Exactly. And by refusing, Jesus is saying that faith built on spectacle isn't real faith. So he pivots. He says, look, the only sign you're going to get is the sign of Jonah.
Which on the surface is about him being swallowed by a giant fish.
Yeah.
But the text draws a very specific and pretty grim parallel here.
It does. It's all about the 3 days and 3 nights. Just like Jonah was in the belly of the fish, Jesus says the Son of Man will be in the heart of the earth.
He's predicting his own death and resurrection.
Mm-hmm. He's telling them, you want a sign? Here it is. You are going to kill me, and I am going to come back. That's the sign.
It's a total mic drop moment. And then he just doubles down on it, bringing up the men of Nineveh and the Queen of the South.
And that comparison is just scathing. I mean, the Queen of Sheba traveled halfway across the known world just to hear Solomon's wisdom.
Right.
Yeah.
And the Ninevites, they repented because a reluctant prophet yelled at them. They had so little evidence, but their response was huge.
And here, the Pharisees have, in his words, something greater than Solomon standing right in front of them, and they're just demanding more proof. It's an indictment of their blindness.
That idea of blindness, it feels like it leads right into the weirdest part of this passage for me. This parable of the empty house. It honestly reads like a horror movie.
It's supposed to be unsettling. An unclean spirit leaves a man, it wanders around, and then it comes back.
And it finds the house. The person all swept and clean.
But, and this is the most important detail, it's empty.
Right, it's empty. So the spirit doesn't just move back in, it brings 7 worse spirits with it. The final state is worse than the first.
And that is the key. The Pharisees were obsessed with cleaning the house, following all the external rules, avoiding things they considered unclean.
But just sweeping out the bad stuff isn't enough.
Not at all. Nature abhors a vacuum. You get rid of the evil, but you don't fill that space with something, with God's presence. You're just tidying up the place for something worse to take over.
So we've gone from don't look for external signs to don't rely on external morality. And then the text just slams into the ultimate external marker.
Yeah.
Your family.
The timing in the story is incredible. Jesus is teaching, and his actual mother and brothers are outside asking for him.
And in that culture, family obligation is everything. Your mother calls, you drop what you're doing. Period.
But he doesn't. He doesn't go outside. Instead, he just points to his disciples.
And says, here are my mother and my brothers.
He completely upends the social order. He's not saying his biological family doesn't matter, but he is saying that spiritual reality comes first. The true family, he says, is defined by one thing: doing the will of the Father.
Which brings it all back to the beginning. The Pharisees wanted external proof. The empty house warns against only cleaning the outside. And now, he says, even your bloodline doesn't define you.
It's all about the internal alignment, a radical shift from the outside in to the inside out.
And for you listening, this isn't just some ancient debate. I mean, we all look for signs, don't we? Maybe not from the sky, but validation from our jobs or from social media.
Or we focus so much on cleaning up our act, on our behavior, without ever dealing with what's going on inside. This text reminds us the sign, the resurrection, has already been given. We don't need more proof.
Which leaves us with that haunting image of the empty house. And it forces a really tough question, I think. Is your life actually filled with purpose and presence, or is it just swept and clean, waiting for whatever wanders in to occupy the space?
That's the question to sit with.